There comes a time in every man or woman's lifetime where you are posed with the question, are you a furry or not? Now, for me, I am not, because I believe there is a fair difference between admiring art of fox girls, cat girls, and all the works. And then there's also a difference of buying a fursuit on Amazon for like £75. You fucking degenerates.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
In any case, this is a definitive guide to Ahri, the nine-tailed fox. So this video was actually going to be released quite a few weeks ago. I did all the recordings, I did the voiceovers, I did everything. It was even edited. And then she got a rework, which is amazing. Meaning I had to start all over again, but that is fine. Totally fine. It's not like I was busy or anything. However, with this rework, I think that Ahri is a lot better than she once was. Even going back to season 9's Glacial Augment Ahri, which I hated every moment. Speaking of rune pages, my recommendation for runes for Ahri starts off with Electrocute. By far, just the best rune keystone for Ahri, bar none. Dark Harvest still has its uses, but don't even think about it. Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Ultimate Hunter. Sudden Impact you can change for Cheap Shot, but Sudden Impact also works with your R and W, hence why it's just a bit better. And then the second tree is also Sorcery with Mana Flow Ban and Transcendence. Of course, we all like a bit of CDR, and we all like a bit of mana. Self-explanatory, really. Before moving on to her abilities, let's talk a little bit about Ahri's lore. Now, she is of the Vestiad race. The Vestiads share animal and human-like characteristics within their form. Ahri, in this particular case, she is connected to the magic of the spirit realm, but she uses it to suck. That's right, suck. She is basically a succubus in fox form. She likes to manipulate her prey's emotions before dining into their life essence. However, she does receive flashes of their memories from each soul that she consumes. So, I don't think she'll be getting the guilty conscious anytime soon, but you know how it is. And considering the amount of sexy voice lines she has, as well as the plethora of skins that Riot have given her, it's no wonder why she's probably one of the hottest champions in League of Legends.
Let's have some real fun. Ugh! Indulge me. Should I make your pulse rise? Or stop?
So her passive, Essence Theft. When Ahri strikes 9 enemies with her abilities, her next ability also heals her for each enemy hit. Now, this is a bit of a change from how it worked previously. It only worked with her Orb of Deception, but it was the same sort of effect. But now you could proc it with any of your abilities, because she has multiple abilities that hits multiple enemies. So it's just nice having that extra bit of sustain for that laning phase and just in team fights in general. So you'll find that this passive actually works a lot better now with her kit. Ahri's Q, Orb of Deception, hasn't changed from the rework. It still sends out and pulls back her orb, dealing magic damage on the way out and true damage on the way back. It is literally her bread and butter ability. You get this first, you max this out first. And it's good for poke, it's good for clearing waves. It's just a fucking orb, guys. It's an orb. What else do you want me to describe it as? So Ahri's W, Mozilla Firefox, she gains a brief burst of movement speed and releases 3 Firefoxes that lock onto and attack nearby enemies. And yes guys, I realise I'm saying it wrong, it's because I miss Mozilla Firefox. I know the ability is actually called Foxfire. I don't care for your opinion. So the way that the tracking works on this ability is that it will target enemies closest to you, prioritizing champions, of course. So really you want to use this ability in a one-on-one fight. You don't want to use this surrounded by minions, otherwise, one of them or two of them probably going to hit the minions and then you're just losing out on damage. And you really want that electrocute damage. it's strong. I should probably also mention that Ahri is a mid laner. I mean, you're not going to see her in any pro play, really, but she's definitely up there with being one of the better mages for the mid lane. Ahri's E is the definition of down bad, because you're literally down bad if you get hit with this. Blows kiss, and that damages and charges an enemy. Stops movement abilities and causes them to walk aimlessly towards her. Now, this is what you would usually lead off a fight with. You'd want to CC them with this E, and then you would continue your combo with Q or W, maybe rushing in with a bit of an R. But because now with her rework, it no longer grants bonus damage to an enemy with her other abilities if you get charmed, you don't have to lead with this anymore. You can just continue poke them out with your Q and W, and you don't even need to hit a charm at all to kill someone. But it is always nice, and it's always Pogger's pussy if you hit an E and then your whole team just jumps on this one enemy and then they just die. You know? Fucking CC. So last but not least, we have Ahri's Ultability, Spirit Rush. Ahri dashes forward and fires come, damaging nearby enemies. Spirit Rush can be cast up to 3 times before going on cooldown, and gain additional recast while taking down enemy champions. This skill is what the rework was basically mainly all about. This gives her so much more viability and movement speed in team fights. It is a great change, and it's probably one of the main reasons why she's being picked a lot in ranked and in blind and in every game mode that there is ever. But yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with Spirit Rush because you can use your abilities while dashing. And I mean, it's cool. You can zip zap bippity bap the boop bap. He doesn't want to do that. Items. Let's talk items.
Got something that might interest you.
So the items that I like to go, and probably just in general, the items to go is that for your mythic, you would go Luden's Tempest because it's just great for burst mages, and I mean, that's what Ahri is. Then we go Sorcerer Boots and Shadow Flame. You sort of want to go like a Magic Pen sort of build. I mean, I like it. I mean, it works. Then after that, I'd go Death Cap, Void Staff, and then Morelicons, because I ain't no bitch, so I ain't getting no bitch ass Zonya's Hourglass, even though it is actually quite a good item. Yeah. And that's it. That is my definitive guide to Ahri. Overall, I like the champ, although I don't play mid very often. She's not one of my go-tos, but she's a little bit of like, she's there, right? And she's getting more play now, which is really good, considering she's one of the oldest champs in League of Legends. So it's nice to see that she's getting a bit of love in her gameplay rather than just her skin and her money making. But yeah, I think she's pretty good, especially in this patch. No idea if they're gonna nerf her or anything anytime soon, but we're just gonna get stronger and stronger champions, and that's just gonna phase her out even more until her next rework or her next buff. But that's fine, because you know, Rito likes to balance. They certainly know how to balance champions. But actually, I believe they've done a really good job with this rework for Ahri. So, you know, keep steering in this direction, and maybe the game will actually be bearable to play. Oh yeah, maybe I'll actually go back in the mid lane instead of playing the garbage role that is ADC. Maybe I'll use Ahri ADC one day. Maybe that will work. Probably not. I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this episode of A Definitive Guide. Next will be a Carly, which will be provided by our resident simp, Charlie. So look forward to that. We'll catch you guys next time.